Hey, hi there. My name's Tim Glover. I'm an artist. I work in the entertainment business for 20th Century Fox scripted television. I've been in LA for about 4 years. I have a wife and 2 sons. And I want to talk to all artists because I think that there is a renaissance taking place. And I'm writing a book at the moment in this regard. And I want to share that with you right now. I'm going to be, I'm going to just share with you what I'm writing because I'm inspired by what Kanye West is doing at the moment. You know, I just saw him this morning on Joel Osteen. He spoke at Lakewood Church, and he said we need. Satan has taken all the best artists, all the best artists, all the best producers. And I thought, you know what, this is what I've been writing. This is what I've been talking about. And I'm just sensing that God is moving at this time. I'm going to create this blog and I'm going to be talking on a regular basis. Whether I'm writing at home like I am now, or I'm on the studio lot, or I'm writing a screenplay or whatever I'm doing. I'm just gonna share with you guys because there are some things that I want to talk about. There's a real reason why Christianity drifted from the marketplace. There was a withdrawal of the church. There was the institution of the donor business model that prioritized sermons over story. And the church has neglected the artist for decades. Artists have sat in this grey zone between the world, who doesn't want anything to do with faith, and the church, who doesn't really know what to do with artists, and has put artists on the back burner, prioritized their own churches. It's the religious mountain that has just infiltrated all the other mountains and tried to control them. And it's time now. I believe it's time for the entertainment mountain, for all the mountains, but I'm talking specifically to the entertainment mountain. It's time for the entertainment mountain, those that are called to the entertainment mountain, to take ground, to stand for what God has created you to be. The artists, and when I say artists, I'm talking about anyone that's called to the entertainment mountain is an artist in my mind. So I want to speak to those that are called to the entertainment mountain, but also encourage the others as well, because I think God is bringing a correction to the entertainment business. Faith-based networks have failed us. I'm 41. I started in the entertainment business when I was 20. I got saved when I was 23. And quickly, like anyone, and this is what my concern is for Kanye, is that, he needs to operate. He needs to stand his ground and operate as a kingdom ambassador for Christ on the entertainment mountain. The worst thing he could do right now would be to relinquish his spot on the entertainment mountain and somehow move across onto the religious mountain and start trying to be a pastor or trying to run a church. He needs to retain his authority on the entertainment mountain, but as a godly ambassador, as an ambassador for Christ. And so, the religious mountain, when we talk about the faith genre being this ghetto, this small genre off to the side with low budget productions, it's not the entertainment mountain at work. It is the religious mountain trying to operate on the entertainment mountain, for which they are not gifted, and they have no authority to do so. And so I believe that there's going to be a correction. We need strong, and Kanye said this yesterday. He said, we need strong Christian producers. We need strong artists. The culture wars have been, I wouldn't say lost, because it's not lost. God's going to win the battle. But we have been losing because our artists have been silenced, and our artists have not been resourced and cared for, and the culture has suffered greatly as a result. We need to move away from this donor business model that operates off donations and church donations, to a profit model where Christian producers can generate income and grow strong, successful businesses, and so that they may compete in the marketplace. And we need to reform the model. We need to restore artists of faith. We need to nurture and develop Christian artists. I've been a Christian artist for 20 years, and I've been witness to. I've seen so many artists, including myself, just treated badly, not paid right, often not paid at all, and just not resourced. There's no, in the Christian television world, it is an empty shell. There is no resource. And so how can we expect our Christian artists, our artists of faith, to really make an impact when they're not supported with strong business principles? We need to know how to best promote their growth, retain the best talent, and encourage fair and equitable industry, a fair and equitable industry for all. And the last point I want to make is how to compete in the marketplace of giants. It's only going to happen through mega strong production companies on the entertainment mountain, where we can start to engage in expensive genres like historical dramas and fantasies. And I'm not talking about just swords and sandals again. I'm talking, well, even if they do, it's going to be a Mel Gibson, it's going to be a Passion of the Christ, it's going to be a high production value affair. But fantasy and science fiction, to how can we have a voice in the entertainment landscape, in the cultural landscape, if we don't have the means to engage in these genres, in every genre, and be the leader, be setting the course, be setting the tone for every genre that exists, and even developing and creating, and inspiring new frontiers in story. To do that, we need a strong for-profit model. We can't be running off donations and the smell of an oily rag. We need to build infrastructure for our production companies, for an industry that functions properly. Faith-based scripted content needs to be the differentiating factor for networks that want to influence the culture for the better. We need to gain the trust of networks. We need to be known for creativity, for the best high quality storytelling and productions. We need to gain the trust of the networks, but also I think in this digital landscape that is being disrupted, and there are new players rising up. I think that there needs to be Christian networks, faith-based networks that rise up, not in the old, Christian television traditional model run by the religious mountain, but in a new way, a hyper creative, godly, but visionary way, networks rising up, new networks that have a differentiating factor that sets them apart from the rest. And you watch, it'll explode. There'll be a lot of backlash, I can guarantee it. But I believe that the masses are waiting for it. They are gorged. We have gorged ourselves for decades now on every kind of depravity. And we're done with it. I can't sit down and watch anything on television with my family. The best I can do is MasterChef or some reality program that is kind of safe, or some Marvel thing or animation. And I'm over Marvel. I'm done with it. Come on, let's move on. There's these brands that are just being rehashed. Hollywood has no creativity because the creatives, the true creatives, attached in alignment with the creator of all, have not been there. They've not been creating. They've been held back, they've been held captive. They've been kept back, and it's time. Kanye is a sign. He is a sign. It's so amazing. God's been speaking to me about all this. I mean, I've written a book on this, which I'm going to share with you over the next period of time. I'm going to break it down and just share you segments. But pretty much everything that I've written is just encapsulated in Kanye. And in some ways I felt bad, because it feels like, I felt like the brother of the prodigal son, getting all jealous about the prodigal son, Kanye West, coming back. And then just boom, the favor of God on him. And I've had to go to God about that, But I know that it's a sign, and I know that it's in alignment. I'm hearing from the Spirit. It's in alignment with what God's already been speaking to me about. And so I want to encourage Christian artists that have been there for decades, like myself, that have been walking the journey, walking the road, and it's been tough. That time, the change has come. The time has come. The change is here. And so don't get discouraged. It's time to rise up. It's time to take your place. We're going to do this, and we're going to do this together. We need to fully understand that this is a battle for the hearts and minds of the culture. This is a battle for the hearts and minds of the culture. So I'm going to share over the next little while. I'm just going to keep breaking what I'm writing down into snippets. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to have other faith artists on this show, on this podcast. We're going to talk about what's happening in Hollywood. We're going to talk about what's happening on the ground here amongst the church, amongst believers, amongst Christian artists. There are guys that are speaking about this stuff, and so we're gonna have them on here, and we're going to be talking to them. So I encourage you to join me. If you don't know Jesus, if you're watching this and you don't know Jesus, Jesus is the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. He loves you. He has a plan for you, and all you need to do is just come to him, to lay your sin and down and repent for what you've done wrong. We all know that we've fallen short. We all know that we've fallen short of the glory of God, that we have not lived up to what we know is right. And how do we know it's right? Because God tells us. He speaks to us. You hear his voice. You may want to close it off. You may want to deny it. But the truth is, when you've done wrong. So just repent. Just say to him, I'm sorry. Just turn from your ways and follow him. John 6:37 says, however, those the Father, this is Jesus speaking, however, those the Father has given me will come to me, and I will never reject them. So I encourage you, he will never reject you. Come to him. I'm calling all artists today. This channel is going to be all about faith, in entertainment. So I invite you to come and join me on this journey. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.